First Peter 4:17, KJV. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai? All praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be unto Abanoah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Okay, Yahweh is the Most High's name. Yahweh Shai is his son's name, his majesty. Okay, his supreme majesty, Abanoah Yahweh, Father Yahweh, and his son, his majesty, our king, Yahweh Shai. Okay, Bahashem meaning in the name. All right, there is no other name under heaven that we must be saved, and this is for the Israelites. This name is for the elect to call upon. Okay, because the election have obtained it and the rest were blinded. All right, paraphrasing the scripture. Okay, and over the short duration I've been in the truth, I've seen various videos. Salakia, I've got to do one more thing as well. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone, and shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000 and 1/3. May peace and blessings in the spirit of endurance be upon you and upon your households. As we approach the end, okay, we are at the tail end of this kingdom falling. All right, as you can see, Esau, the so-called white man, is scrambling and trying to get things underway. All right, you've got the digital aspect, the digital wallet they're pushing. They've got the first person in the UK, Karagmad. Elon Musk has done that, which is a CHIP in the brain. All right, which is what do you call it? The Neuralink, right? You've got the digital thing, digital wallet being pushed at the simultaneously. All right, you've got benefits being cut in the UK. You've got benefits being cut in America. They haven't put the snap thing back on, the EBT and all that, right? Okay, Elon Musk has been doing his brain CHIPs or Neuralink in America too. All right, and America and the UK are like brother and sister. They go hand in hand. The new world with the old world, so to speak, right? And lack of jobs, people are being let go, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. All right, everything's going through the roof in terms of pricing. You're being penalized wherever you go. Okay, extra taxes for this, extra charges for that. Prices are going through the roof. People are tossing a coin whether they're going to feed themselves that day or they're going to feed their pet dog, right? So things are getting real dire out here. And just recently, we already know about the Hurricane Melissa. Okay, that's been over. Situation has been happening for over a week. Okay, so I'm gonna play a couple of news segments and read some scriptures with regards to that, because our people, you know, this is hence the reason why these things are happening, because the 2/3 that are gonna be deleted from the book of Zechariah, because the 2/3 are basically in America, right? They're gonna be deleted, but there's unelect people of our own race, the Israelites, from all 12 tribes, no matter what package they come in, right? That are gonna be deleted, that are not part of the elect, the non-elect, all right? But the 2/3 are in America, pursuant to the book of Zechariah, all right? Are gonna be deleted, and judgment is beginning, all right? And judgment, we've seen judgment go out, to former so-called teachers or people that were part of, certain camps, right? And it's horrific to see, and it's scary, right? But now, and then the Lord also says in First Peter 4:17, and what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? All right, and a lot of our people, especially in where the heck is it? Salakia. All right. A lot of our people don't believe in that. They believe in, especially in Jamaica, the West Indies, the Caribbean islands. All right. I'm not going to focus on the Northern Kingdom because, they're bugged out, a bunch of idol worshippers. We got Southern Kingdom are following right behind in a close second when it comes to idol worship. Right. Okay. And all sorts of other beliefs. All right. The so-called black man marrying Elamite women in Jamaica, other nations of women. Jake gets swayed by the coochie and then they, start following their woman. Right? You got those kind of Hindu beliefs and Rastafarianism and all that other bullshit. Okay? Rastafari, smoking and smoking and smoking. You're not supposed to smoke a damn thing. All right? and all the demonic ways and wickedness that is the things that go on in Jamaica. You know, Jake pulling married women that come there just for some Jake Dick. I hate to say it that way, but it's true. They go and see Tyrone in America, and they want to see, you know, Del Rey. They want to see Del Rey. You know, they want to see, they want to see Melvin. You know, in Jamaica. You know, the tall 6'2" dreadlock Jake that most of these so-called white women find attractive. All right, even if a white bitch is a married woman, okay, the anger is there. You want to get revenge, but she's a married woman. You still can't touch her. You understand? Go for the single white women, the heathen women, and that. You still can't touch her. But Jake don't give a fuck. And these things, it basically. I'm just going through a few things, but the Lord Yahweh Shem Hashai is doing it for a reason because the anger has been built up. The Lord is, let that tab build up and just letting it happen, man. Let's play the segment now. This is from 6 days ago, of course. I'm going to go from now. I'm not going to play the whole thing because this is 7 minutes. I'm just going to play a little bit of both segments between in the span. It will happen in the span of a week.
Arrival of Hurricane. 3 people have died in Jamaica as the island braces itself for the imminent arrival of Hurricane.
And this is 6 days ago. What's the date on this? This was 9 days ago. What's the date on this? 28th of October. So obviously we are knee deep in November now. What's the date? 7th, right? Nice. Lucky number 7. Oh, I hate to say the term lucky, but you know what I mean, number 7, right?
Hurricane Melissa. The storm could be the strongest to ever hit the Caribbean island. Well, these are live images from the capital, Kingston. They show that we can already see heavy rain and strong winds on the city. Well, it's a Category 5 storm, and if it makes a direct hit on Jamaica, it would be the first time that this has happened in more than 35 years. The island could experience winds of 170 miles an hour.
I was watching Salaki. I'm going to intervene there every couple of minutes. What it is, not intervene, just add a few bits of information. I was watching a lesson from the elder bishop. I always forget the elder's name, man. One of my favorite teachers also. I have the bishops. All the bishops are my favorite teacher. We all got our favorite teachers, right? But out of the bishops, you got the Benjaminite teacher. The Benjaminite teacher, I think it's Bishop Taz. Salaki, I forgot the name wrong. All right. The elder bishop, right? Shalom to him. He mentioned that all the brothers of Great Millstone, right, that teach, and I believe not to, because there's several camps in the West Indies and the Caribbean islands, and guess what? They are all in the eastern part of that, where the hurricane has been happening, the east. Okay, the rise of the east, and guess where the destruction happened? West. That's kind of like an omen-esque type situation there, where the west is being destroyed and the east was protected because, where's Israel going to be when it's set up the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Hashai in the east? So it's the rise of the east and the demise of the west. But all the brothers out there, all our teachers out there are protected, man. They've got that hedge around them. Psalms 34 verse 7. The angels of the Lord encampeth around about them and delivereth them, right? The angels are covering the brothers, man. All right? They got a roof over their head. They got electricity, water, and all that. You know what I mean? They're still working, earning their daily bread. Brakti Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai B'Hashem Akakudash for that, man. So that's the power of the Lord there. Okay? And you're going to understand the power of the Lord even more when you see the damage and destruction. Okay? This is from 9 days ago. I believe this was when it's the hurricane was starting. Because you know what it is? Ultimately, our people don't trust in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai. And these are the same Jakes that rejected the Lord way back when. And right now, they're back in this incarnation, in this lifetime, to serve out their judgment. Okay? Okay?
With meteorologists warning that because of Melissa's slow pace, it could dump a metre of rain in the coming days, which could increase the risk of deadly floods and landslides. Well, let's show you these live satellite images, which are tracking the path of the storm. Well, 4 people have...
Jamaica right there, you got Dominican Republic, Haiti, Cuba, Cayman Islands, Puerto Rico, you know. All right, you got Nicaragua there, and right in the middle is Jamaica, man.
Have also been killed by the storm in the nearby Dominican Republic, as well as Haiti. People have also been killed by the storm path of the storm. Well, 4 people have also been killed by the storm in the nearby Dominican Republic.
Yeah, so the Lord even hit Simeon in the Dominican Republic,
as well as Haiti. And warnings are also in place on the islands of Cuba and the Bahamas. Well, our reporter Nick Davis is in Kingston. He sent us an update on the conditions there in the last hour.
I don't know how to describe it. It's just very strong gusts which are starting to come through. Every once in a while, I mean, actually to the point where I had to grab onto a pole just for a second, just for a moment. I don't want to overdo it, but if we get more of that, which is what we're expecting throughout the course of the day, these tropical storm winds coming into areas like Kingston, I can only imagine what it's going to be like further along the south.
You know, Jake looks like a big guy too, man. You know what I mean? About 5'10", 5'11", 200 odd pounds, and he had to hold onto a pole. So how much more little children, old women, frail women, you know, other Jakes?
West, where that storm, Melissa, is expected to make landfall.
Well, we've received images from the US Air Force Reserve crew known as the Hurricane Hunters flying through the eye of Hurricane Melissa on Monday to collect data for the National Hurricane Center. Well, with wind speeds of up to 282 kilometers an hour, the Category 5 hurricane is, as we've been saying, the world's strongest storm of the year. Bob Larson is a senior meteorologist.
Yeah, 5 is power, and that's the strongest level of the storm, how ESO measures it. Okay, strongest level. And the Lord hit that, you know, on Benjamin, or let's just say the Jamaicans.
Meteorologist at AccuWeather. He said the storm could bring strong winds of up to 170 miles an hour. He says it's as strong as a storm gets.
Well, in addition to being a dangerous and very powerful Category 5 hurricane, Melissa is remarkable. The sense that it is moving so very slowly. How slowly? 3 miles per hour, essentially a walking pace. Typically, hurricanes, tropical systems moving through the Caribbean will be moving 5, maybe 10 times faster than that. So as devastating as the rain and wind will become as it comes through, it is going to be a prolonged period of intense rain and wind, which will unfortunately magnify the amplitude of the danger that lies ahead and the just terrible impacts. We're very concerned about a humanitarian crisis in the wake of this very slow-moving, very powerful and dangerous hurricane.
Well, I'm joined now by Dr. Beverly Lindsay, OBE. She's the chair of the Association of Jamaican Nationals here in the UK. Good to talk to you, Beverly. Obviously, a really worrying time for all your family and friends in Jamaica. Just tell us about what you're hearing from your family and friends in Jamaica at the moment.
Let's get the lowdown.
Yeah, good morning. Yes, I have. Matter of fact, I've been speaking to my cousin for the last couple of hours in Jamaica, who lives in Kingston. At the moment, you know, they're just sitting tight. It has not. They have had a bit of rain and a little bit of wind in Kingston, but it has not really. It's not.
Remember, this is the 28th of October as well, right? Let's go to what's been happening recently. Where is it? Let's go to it now. And this is from when? Okay, this is 6 days ago. So that was the 20th of October where we're seeing that little news segment. And this is from the 31st. So that's basically 28, 29, 30, 3 days after. Okay. So this, what you're seeing right now, is 3 days after that. And there's obviously more people that have been deleted in various parts of Jamaica, maybe even in the Northern Kingdom islands as well, like Cuba and all that.
All we came across was one of desperation. The scene that greeted us in Black River was one of desperation. At the very first store we came,
and we saw the beginning stages there, right, where the winds were sort of powerful, but not, you know, they were building up. You know, it's like the troops, or the troops are coming in, then the troops hit the place. You know, so using that as an analogy, so the wind was coming in, and it wasn't full throttle yet. It wasn't in top gear yet. Now this is the aftermath after Melissa has done its damage. All right.
Came across. Residents had prized open a window and were taking construction supplies, saying they had no choice, with no official help reaching here. This is about survival. and putting a roof over their head for tonight.
We are survive. We are trying to survive in this. It's what I've got early, but we're going down. We got no food.
In the town's main square, ravaged by the merciless winds of Hurricane Melissa,
So let's walk this way.
we met Steve Beckford. What supplies are you looking for?
Like water, juice, tin food.
He was unapologetic in saying he was here to take what he needed.
You see, think that before things like this really get serious, you got dumbasses out there in the world who probably say, you know what, I'll be looting stores and clothes stores and TVs and computers and all that shit, jewelry. All right, all those things don't mean jack shit. Okay, now you see Jake. What was Jake looking for? All right, I'm not saying Jake was doing stuff like that. I'm just saying generally people, it's usually the white man that does most of the fucking stealing anyway. But look at this Jake, right? What's he looking for? He's looking for tinned food, water, and juice. Survival, right? And the white man ain't gonna send no damn, the amount of money they made from the so-called Jamaican sugar plantations and slavery, the old money these crackers made. They made billions and they made trillions, right? And that's just from Jamaica alone, all right? And Jake's still suffering there because of the curses, okay? And the Lord is doing it because Jake just, you know what Jake does in the hoods over there. Jake terrorizes his own, right? But will be polite to a Chinese, a Moabite who are the Chinese, who go by Chinese today, or Elam, the East Indians, or some Amalek, so-called the 1948 little the people that have those little black things on their head, little hats. They won't say nothing to them. But when it comes to their own, like as Elder Bishop Manatizak would say, ninjas' guns are only good for other ninjas. They ain't gonna really do no damage to the enemy, So the Lord is ultimately, is angry with you, man. Okay, because you hurt your own. Okay, you don't want to, take heed. All right, you just want to be, Jake wants to do everything else, and be everybody else, right? Jake wants to follow every other culture in the world except his own culture, which will give him salvation. Jake wants to do all wickedness but never be on the right path, man. That's why, hence the reason why the Lord is just, mashing him up. Isaiah 31 verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Yasharallah, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? They don't want to seek the Lord. Okay? They don't want to seek the Lord, because Jake has that sort of connection to the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Romans 10 verse 2. Okay? They'll believe in a higher power. They'll have the Bible. They'll touch it before they leave the house and all that kind of thing, but they won't read it. Okay? They'll have their own brand of righteousness, but they won't have it according to knowledge because they haven't learned from our teachers, man, men of great millstone. Okay? Or likewise teachers that teach the truth. All right? So that's why this truth is very important. And as our teachers say, the men of great millstone, that these are very deadly, serious times. And they say in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yashai. And this is an example of a deadly, serious time. You think that's a joke? People's houses being turned upside down, no food, water, children hanging onto their mothers' backs. And the Lord this is just the beginning stages. How much more when really hell breaks loose? Right? Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Okay? Who's the spirit? Who are the dead bodies? Jakes that are not in the truth. They're like zombies. They're just walking around. They don't know whether they're coming or going. You saw it. I'm going to play. You're going to see even more. Right? Jamaica was a big place. They wouldn't even go along with the agenda of the so-called white man. All right? Okay? But once these crackers start pressing on you and start holding back money, what happens? They bend. And it's like every single artist, their son is a faggot or a dyke. Buju Banton's son, the Boom Bye Bye guy, you know? Batty Boy for dead. You know, what go on with him? His son is a batty man now. Or was a batty man. I believe he passed on or whatever. Whatever, as a sacrifice, whatever the situation, maybe the Lord took him out, apparently. All right? Ghostface Killer, even though he's not Benjamin, but you know, all these sellout Jakes have sons that are faggots. Eddie Murphy's son is a fruitcake, I think, as well. And who's the other? Magic Johnson's son is a fruitcake as well. And the list goes on and on and on. You know? And now, being a batty man is somewhat accepted in Jamaica now. Not collectively, but they're pushing it. Man, I can go on and on and on about the filth that goes on there. All right? That's why the Lord is bringing judgment, man. And this ain't nothing yet. The Lord's going to bring it even more. Okay? The Lord is working from the outside, working right towards the inward parts, which is America, man. Ground zero. And every part of the world is going to feel it. But America's going to be completely destroyed off the planet Earth, man. There's a lot of blood in that land, man. And you crackers are going to pay. All right? You're even talking shit right now, but you love to go holiday in Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Mexico, India, various countries in Africa, Australia, wherever you go, you like to go holiday, right? But the people that you fucking use as slaves, all right? The Jakes in all those lands, you know, made your money out of those lands that you stole, right? You like to make mockery after you took all their wealth. Oh, you're going to suffer, devil. You're going to fucking suffer, man. Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yashai, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh. You know? You got a lot of these Benjaminites, you know, Rasta man. You know, they got the boom beard and all that. Excellent. Like Buju's even rocking one. But they got them dirty ass dreadlocks. They might not drink or eat junk food and all that, but they'll be smoking weed the whole damn day, chanting Jah Rastafari. You know? Basically just West Indian Hindus. That's all they are. Heathenistic shit. You know? Lord is tired of that, man. All right? And this is not just for them. These messages are for us as well. It scares the hell out of us. I don't know about you, but it scares me. Because the Lord is, man, listen. You wake up every morning and the Lord gets you through the day, right? That's a barakim, man. We praise Yahweh B'Shem Yashai for covering us with his wings. But you people out there that don't have that covering, man, the Lord is going to get you, okay? The Lord is going to deal with his people. But how much more you heathens, right, that touch the apple of his eye, man? Especially you so-called white people, you Edomites, and you non-Israelite nations. You are F-U-C-K-E deed. And that's with 3 exclamation marks highlighted in red, underlined in red. You are F-U-C-K-E deed, man. All right? Any more scriptures I've got? Oh, yeah. Definition of woe. We went to the word woe, right? Woe. Woe means, W-O-E, great sorrow or distress. All right? So the Lord said, where's that scripture? Oh, yeah. Great sorrow and distress to them that go down to Egypt for help. All right? All right? You guys, you know, trusteth in man too much. Okay? You believe the so-called white man is your friend. All right? That's why you walk around, it's like a child at home walking around his bedroom. He's a tough guy at home. You know? It's the same way, you know, or some arsehole who beats the shit out of his wife all the time because, you know, he gets drunk, beats the shit out of his wife. He's a tough guy at home, right? But as soon as he walks outside, he's scared of the people in the street, the men in the street, because they'll whoop his ass. It's the same way you Jakes are tough guys walking around the hoods in Jamaica or whatever part of the world, but let's just focus on Jamaica right now, okay? But you won't set foot with your AK or your Glock 9 or whatever in the white man area where they live lovely, You know? Okay? You're just a tough guy there. All you do is cause havoc and put pressure on your own people. And the Lord has turned everything upside down. All right? And this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of wickedness. I can go on and on and on and get real intricate with it. You know?
We are hungry here now. So what we can get until they assist us, we will take it.
But 3 days on, I asked, where is the help and where is the government?
No.
Where is the help? Where is the government? Woe to them that trusteth in Egypt. All right?
Nowhere. He hasn't come. No minister, nobody hasn't reached there. No supplies, no helicopter help, nothing.
Woe to them, they're waiting on the man, the so-called white man to help them. No helicopters, no supplies, no food, no drink. So they're basically, you know how Jake is. Jake's gonna, Jake is trying to do for themselves. They're trying to, trying to survive.
How is it that people here are having to stumble through rubble
Barefoot as well,
to find water? You've got here some catching peaks. You've got water.
Yeah.
And basic food supplies. We also met Stephanie in the crowd.
All we have to do is give God thanks.
A woman thankful for being alive, but left with nothing.
We are down. We are homeless.
Okay, now I'm going to give this sister credit. Okay, at least she said, I want to give God thanks for surviving. Okay, even though she don't know their name. And look what the hell that's happening, man. Look what the hell around her, the carnage. And someone at least said, I want to give the Most High thanks. You know? You will never see the so-called white man or heathen say that shit. I mean, say those words. Not just that shit. I mean, say those words. All right? Okay, but Romans 10 verse 2. Okay? Okay, actually, let me read that. I don't want to, because I can't even paraphrase it correctly. Romans 10 verse 2, King James Version. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God. Okay, because she was giving God thanks. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. They don't know who they are. Psalms 83. You know, at Psalms 83, these crackers coming together trying to suppress us from becoming a nation. It's affected a whole lot of our people. Hence the reason why a lot of our people are going to die, on this side. But one blessing that they have is that they're Israelites and they'll be all right once the kingdom is established, because they'll come back to the loins of the elect men, the 144,000. All right? But you heathens, you non-Israelites, you are FUCKE deed. Slavery and hell for you. All right? Hell prior to slavery, then slavery is hell all the way for 1,000 years. You crackers, you Edomites. All right? And you other heathen nations, you'll be paying tribute after that. All right? And you'll be in slavery forever.
What do you need most?
We need a house. We need a house. We need a house. We don't need shelter. We have no shelter.
Some people implored us to help mobilize the Jamaican diaspora community.
Families in abroad. My sister all in England, Manchester. It's like people, we need you. The diaspora in the United States, Canada, St. Elizabeth people, we need you. We need some strength.
Others warned that international assistance.
And even if the Benjamite Jakes from the Canada, the States, and the UK do send money over, Esau will probably intercept it and take it or some shit. Or they say you can't send money. They'll pull out some kind of fucking loophole. But let's see how things pan out, right?
Would make it to the elites, but not beyond.
Don't give it to Mr. Andrew Holness.
And this is from last Friday. So this new segment is a week old. All right.
Because he's not going to give you the money where we figure people about we home. If the government get that money, we'll never get it. I promise you that. Money. Where we figure people about. Don't give it to Mr. Andrew Holness because he's not going to give you the money where we figure people. Don't give it to Mr. Andrew Holness because he's not going to give you the money.
I think he's talking about what's the Prime Minister's name of Jamaica? Let me get the name, because Patois sometimes when the brothers speak it hard, you can't understand it. 1 minute. He's saying, don't give the money to so-and-so, or those who are not going to get the money. What's the Prime Minister or President's name of Jamaica? Is it Mr. Angus or Mr. Angle or whatever his name is? The Prime Minister's name is Andrew Holmes. What does this guy look like? Is he a white guy? Andrew Holmes. He's a light-skinned Jake. Probably an Edomite they put there, man, with brown skin. Could be, I don't know. Okay, so I think they're saying don't give the money to him. From what let me see what it says again.
Beyond.
Don't give it to Mr. Andrew Holness because
he said don't give it to Mr. Andrew, and the Prime Minister or President's name is Andrew Holness or something.
I'm gonna give you the money where we forget we build about we house. Don't give it to Mr. Andrew Holness because he's not gonna give you the money where we forget we build about we house. Because I make that money, we'll never get it. I promise you that.
He said if you give the money to him, we're not gonna ever get the money. I promise you that. Because all these powers that be, these prime ministers, presidents, they're all juiced in, man. All right, they're being paid off. All right, you know, the way you got hirelings amongst these camps, right? You got the same sort of situation, that vibration, that evil vibration amongst their own, you know, those that are not in the truth also, you know.
The only police we saw were simply observing. They too seem overwhelmed by the situation. On the outskirts of town, we stumbled on a family looking out at the destruction. Dwayne Daly and his two daughters are left wondering what lies ahead.
We don't have no money. We don't have no tools. We don't have any board, nothing to do, nothing. We just have to just looking out.
His job,
just looking out.
Their school,
don't know what's next.
All lost to the storm.
Stuff, the thing mashed up.
And yet somehow their desire to stay here in this parish burns bright.
I love this parish. I love this town. This is a food basket town in Jamaica. I do not want to leave, but if I have to, I will.
This is the view from the rear of the house.
Fall inside.
Yeah. The task of recovery seems truly daunting.
At least Jake is, his babies are all right, man.
You got to bear it,
Back in the main square, Steve Beckford, who he'd followed in his search for food, showed us what he had retrieved from the...
as much as I hate 2/3 Jake, right? Whoever they are, what package they come in, Esau is still going to pay, man, for, all the atrocities they done on our people, man. All right? And ultimately, this is the Lord's anger, because Isaiah 45 verse 7, the Lord, does his work on the right hand side as well as the left, and whether Esau is conjuring up his hurricanes and his storms using what do you call that machine they use for weather, that weather modification equipment that they have, forget the name of it right now. Okay, it's all Yahweh Bashim Yashai, because the Lord gave them the technology to do these things. And a lot of people are mentioning online as well that the storm wasn't natural, right? And a lot of people are saying these things.
Wreckage of the town he calls home.
Yeah, man, this is Tropical Rhythm. This is Lucasade and some sausage.
It is a forlorn scene.
He's got food to survive, and he goes, there's some sausage. Now, who wants to take a bet what that sausage is? Do you reckon it's going to be chicken sausage in a lawful packaging? And because you can get sausages that are chicken that don't have pork coating or that pork skin on it, all right? Okay, or do you reckon that's pork sausage? I mean, if it's pork, that's not food. That's filth. You need to throw that shit away.
In this parish, the church's destruction, a symbol of these desperate times.
Now, this is a Barakian. The Lord destroyed his fucking church. All these heathenistic symbols in there, all these idols. The Lord did say he's going to destroy these idols, right? Okay? And this is beautiful. F these churches, man.
Times, testing the faith of residents to the very limit.
That's what we need. We need everything. Jamaica need everything.
And everywhere we go, the same pleas for help.
Look at that, man. Eve is being left behind, man. The so-called white man don't care about Eve no more. They don't care about Eve in America, the UK, and Jamaica.
And Robert is still in Black River tonight. It's a truly shocking scene there, Robert, and not just there, but across the whole of Jamaica too. People in desperate need.
Yeah, I mean, really bleak here, Julie. And I think the sort of desperation you saw in my report is mixed with sort of anger and frustration. And part of that is because, look, the Jamaican government, the international community spoke such a good game pre-storm. They talked about how supplies would be pre-positioned.
They talked a good game. Okay, the government, supplies will be available pre-storm, but they're not. They're not living up to their promises. All right, the same way the so-called white man broke all the treaties with the tribe of Gad, 400 plus, as well as all the other tribes that are in America. The so-called white man breaks his promises wherever he goes. These Edomites are devils, man. Okay, they've got a forked tongue, like tribe of Gad would say. All right, okay, and you're supposed to trust in these devils. Okay, and listen, the bloodshed of the so-called white man and his receipts, as Elder Malcolm would say, are here. And our elders have even more intricate receipts, and the receipts are the general receipts are available online for everybody to see that has common sense. All right, and they're bloodshed, right? Because these crackers are the real usual suspects. These Edomite so-called white people is, their bloodshed is across the world. All right, and I was going to bring up a scripture, man. 1 second, let me go back to the new segment. Maybe it will wake.
Such a good game, pre-storm. They talked.
That's it. Never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy. King James Version. That's what it was. What I was saying was that the receipts are we know what these devils are. Their bloodshed is across the four corners of the earth, and our people still trust in this motherfucker, man. They'll hate their own, but they'll never say, that the so-called white man is a problem. You'll never hear that coming from any Jake, man. Even these gangster Jakes on the street wearing ski masks. Oh, they say, oh, that's racist, man. That's racist. I used to know a Jamaican drug dealer. He's fresh from Jamaica, selling his shit here in the UK 20 plus years ago. I used to talk about me hating these devils. And he goes, that's racist, that's racist. That's racist. But this dumbass, right, would be gangster with his own, do all these atrocities to his own, but be sweet to the so-called white people, man. Man, you Jakes ain't shit, man. You 2/3 niggas, man. Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Never trust thine enemy. The Lord told you, man, don't trust them. All right? Their wickedness, you've seen it time and time again. Time and time again. All right? From all various portions of history. Okay? The ships, chattel slavery. Okay? Being in slavery in his plantations. After the plantation aspect, Esau putting you in prison for the smallest thing, then you're doing slavery there. Okay? You walking from one place to another, you weren't guaranteed of your life every day. You having an attractive woman, you weren't guaranteed that she'll come back unscathed daily because she was fine, good looking, or whatever, with a nice body. All right? Crackers will try and grab her off the street. Okay? And that's just the tip of the iceberg, the laughing barrels. And then fast forward to the 50s, where crackers are just rolling drunk into so-called black and Hispanic Native Indian neighborhoods or reservations and grab a squaw, which is Pussy, or grab them a so-called black woman, because they're drunk and they're horny or whatever. And they'll grape the woman and probably even delete her. Okay? And there's a scripture, letting us know that, we'll have no assurance of our life. All right? And yet you, Jake, still trust these devils because you believe in that bullshit plantation, wacky-tacky Christianity, loving everybody, loving faggots, loving dykes, loving pedos, loving fucking people that kiss their dogs in the mouth, loving these damn devils. They delete you and murder you every day. Every day. They spit at you. They grope your women and get away with it. They grape your women, like that motherfucker Tim Westwood, that faggot Edomite DJ in the UK. That's when they brought out that story that, he's been graping so-called black women, going to black concerts, black DJs, around black people, especially the tribe of Benjamin here in the UK, right? Going to concerts, DJing, gigging, hanging around Jake, trying to be cool with Jake, but yet graping so-called black women that he found attractive. And where were you gangster Jakes about with regards to that? And these so-called black women that were graped by Tim Westwood, where were your brothers, your uncles, your fathers? All you gangster Jakes that do each other, pistol whip each other, shoot each other, stab each other, headbutt each other. Where were you gangsters then? Not one of you came for Tim Westwood, right? It's like these damn crackers are immune for violence hitting them. But I tell you one thing, how about Shima Shah is going to make it happen, but you crackers are going to get got very soon, man. Okay? Because Judah is a lion's whelp. All right? The Lord is going to wake up Judah, man. And the rest of the tribes are going to follow suit. And Judah is basically just a southern kingdom. And Benjamin comes under the banner of the southern kingdom. You just watch. You Edomites are going to get it, man. And you Jakes that still trust in this motherfucking cracker, you're going to get it too. All right?
About how supplies would be pre-positioned here and across the Caribbean. The British government said it would also step up to the plate. The road from Kingston is...
The British government also said they're going to help, but they didn't. Yeah? They didn't. Your lover, the so-called white man, Esau, has let you down now, Jake. You 2/3 Jakes.
Possible, challenging.
I knew as a child, before I knew I was an Israelite, okay? Because obviously I'm an Israelite foreigner, I didn't grow up under the banner of so-called black, Hispanic, or native, right? Even though they might, we're the same people, of course, because I'm an Israelite, right? We're scattered to the four corners of the earth, pursuant to Isaiah 11:11. But I never liked these devils, man. Since I was a child, since I was about 9, 10 years old, I knew that I don't like these honkies, man. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. When I was in school, telling all my other Israelite foreigner friends, colleagues, Benjaminite Jakes there as well, I don't like the so-called white man. They thought I was, crazy or whatever. I never liked these devils because I knew what they were about, man. The Lord just put it in my spirit that not to like them. And I don't like them. I don't trust them. I like the white bitch, concubines, of course, but these Edomite men, man, chains around your neck all the way. And you ugly white bitches, Edomites and heathens too, man. Salakia, man, I'm just sick of these damn devils, man.
But possible. The airport in Kingston is open, and the logistics here are difficult, but not impossible to manage. And therefore, it's impossible in some ways to explain why supplies are not now flooding in. I've just come back from a hill community about half an hour from here. They're in a desperate predicament. They've got no food, no water, not much housing, and they've got no medicine. I was just talking to a man who was weeping, saying his wife has got cancer and he can no longer get medicine for her. So international aid needs to come here quickly, and certainly for the people here, the sooner the better.
All right. Okay, Hurricane Melissa. Jamaicans turn to begging. This is 3 days ago, right? All right. Let's go to this one. So watch a little bit of this. Please be patient. Just want to see how things are now, on a recent level. Let's see if these devils have come through in any shape or form, which they're not gonna. And even if they do come with a little bit of something, they're probably gonna chuck toilet rolls at you. One toilet roll amongst 3 people or some shit. Some hand sanitizers or wet wipes, but no food. They're gonna do something crazy like that. Slack his damn commercials. Man, these damn commercials.
We need help. We need it. We need help. We need it. We need it.
No water, no food, no light, no bed. Can you get hold of your cancer medication? Well, we have to try. You have to try. Thank you.
This is 3rd of November. This is from Monday. So things haven't really changed much, and today's Friday, right? Woe to them that trust in Egypt.
You have to try.
This ain't going to happen to the elect. The elect will be pushed into a corner in certain aspects, but the Lord is always going to come through for the elect, man. I've been predestinated.
We need it.
No water.
We need help. We need it. We need it.
No water, no food, no light, no bed. Can you get hold of your cancer medication? Well, we have to try. You have to try. Thank you. You have to try.
By the way, copyright fair use.
For those living in Jamaica's forgotten hill communities,
There is no choice but to take a truck into the nearest town and search in the ruins and debris for supplies.
We went to Black River to loot some food because we have nothing.
But this is not so much looting, rather keeping their families alive until outside help arrives.
We are homeless. We need a lot of help.
But there is no sign of assistance and their despair is growing.
All right, I'm going to leave it there. There's no sign of assistance. Their despair is growing. They need help. They're crying. They can't get their medication. The list continues, right? And this is from Monday, the 3rd of November. So things haven't really changed much in over the last week and a half or so of Hurricane Melissa. All right. I'm going to leave it there now. So let's read one more scripture. Isaiah 31:1 again. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? So those unelect members of our people, right, are not going to be covered by Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai. And they're going to be put through, issue after issue after issue, man. All right? I'm going to leave it there now. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, we're one more day closer to the kingdom, as our apostles and elders and teachers would say, the men of Great Millstone. And things are happening. The Lord is working. And, we're going to be going home soon, man. So this is all good sign. We're approaching midway of November by the end of next week. We've got less than damn near 5 or 6 weeks to go. And we are in 2026. All right. And therefore, the Lord is going to, put his foot down, if I may say that, in terms of getting more things to pop off, because only a couple more prophecies to go. All right, which is Lord willing, I'm saying it correctly. Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30 verse 7. The chip, CHIP, the Charagma, Revelation 13:16. All right, hence the reason why they're pushing the prelude, which is a digital wallet, and then Revelation 11:14, which is World War III. So about 3 more to go, bruv. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashrala.